Just thought, I mean, as an offensive lineman, going out and winning the game when you only throw it 9 times, is that one of those that is kind of those feel-good games as an offensive group for a line?
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't get the opportunity to get out there too much, and as a team or as an offense, I feel like we did a good job of kind of using what they were trying to take away from us to our advantage, and that was trying to keep us off the field. And when the team does that to you, you got to go out and score points when you get the chance to, and I feel like we really took advantage of that and did that.
What's your mentality going into a game when you know you're going to run the football and they're going to try to stop it, and you guys are still able to do that? What kind of mentality do you guys have as offensive linemen going into games?
Well, I think every game, really, this team's shaped out, we're going to run the ball, and I don't think that's really going to change week in, week out. So I think you got the mindset that we're going to run the football, and that's the goal here, and we're going to run the football.
Reese, basically the same guys as last year, mostly on the offensive line.
Sure.
How did you go from there to being as good as this offensive line is being right now?
I think just an off season. Last year we weren't very technically sound as technically sound as we are right now, and that goes a big part. Coach J.B. Grimes did a great job with all of us, and I think the camaraderie is a lot better. Just from the whole standpoint of all 5 guys, I think we're in a lot better position than we were right now. I think we're gelling a lot more and just have a whole better grasp of the whole scheme of things right now. We're just playing better as 5 guys together. I think it's really the only position on the field where everybody's got to be on the same page, and I think that we're doing a really good job playing together right now.
Did you, in a way, see this coming at all, or do you think you guys as a line are playing even maybe better than you would have expected?
No, I knew this was how it should be, how it should have been last year, and how it is now. I knew we had the potential to do that, and I think everyone else knew that too. I mean, we've got a pretty good group of guys.
The edge you guys are playing with seems, you said you guys are technically sound, but it also seems like the confidence level too as a unit.
Yeah, I mean, anytime that the coach pretty much puts the game on your shoulders, as Coach Grimes says every week, we're gonna put the spurs and whips on, and we're gonna ride y'all. We're gonna ride y'all like we have been riding y'all all year long, and I think that's really the mindset that we've really kind of taken after, and we got that chip on our shoulder that we're not going to be denied.
How does that make you feel when you know that, hey, the game's on our shoulders? Offensive lineman, obviously, it's more fun to pass block.
I mean, who knows? But I mean, I like both. But I think that puts a lot of confidence in us, and especially when we're leading SEC in rushing, and you kind of have that picture in the back of your head that you're a part of that, and I think that's really gave us a bunch of confidence that really the offense is riding our shoulders. And, however we perform is how the game's going to end up, and that's really how the game's won is in the trenches. So
what's the relationship between you and the running backs like off the field?
They really like us. Trey says he's going to bake us a cake, but who knows? We'll see if that happens.
What kind of cake is it going to be? That's exciting.
I don't like chocolate, so hopefully we can have a cake.
Reese, talk about Alex Dozan. It looks like he's getting better, freshman starter out there.
Yeah, I think it really helps him. He's a great player. He really had a chance to play last year, and just kind of the whole, I think, fall camp kind of got to him, and really had a productive off season, and got stronger and faster and all that good stuff. And I think it helps him having me and Greg next to him and kind of mentoring him along the way. And he's done a great job sitting in that role, and he's getting better each game, just like the rest of us. And I think he's playing like a 3-year guy right now. The sky's the limit for him. He's going to be a great player.
You guys just seem to be the fresher team in the 4 quarters. What's it like out there? You guys are blocking these teams in the 4th quarter. You notice that? You guys are stronger out there?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, the strength staff and the training staff, they do a great job. Drew, those guys down in the training room, and Coach Russell and those guys, they do a great job. And we've been lifting heavy all year, getting stronger in season. And I think that's really kind of stood us apart. Hadn't really taken much off in the weight room. Obviously, we're not doing as much or as many reps or anything like that, but I think we've done a real good job of maintaining our strength, and I think that's really helped. And Coach Malzahn's done a great job cutting back here lately, as far as on the legs and stuff like that, so that, we're not fatigued or anything like that. And I think it's really shown here in the fourth quarter.
You guys take a lot of pride in that in the fourth quarter, pushing those teams around.
Yeah, I mean, that's our motto. That's our motto all offseason, fist for four. You see in the fourth quarter, we'll hold the fist up. That's what we'll do during, training when we get to that point, and that's just our deal. Fist for four, fast, intense, strong, tough.
As players, do you see the stat sheets sometimes, and going into a game like this when you're the #1 offense versus one of the worst pass or rush defenses in the SEC, does that kind of get your blood boiling?
I mean, you see that, but I mean, I've watched some tape, and Tennessee's a good football team. They're playing extremely well at home right now, and I mean, it's an SEC game, and it's on the road. That's going to be, it doesn't matter where you're playing at in the SEC on the road, it's going to be a tough game. And that's our main focus, is beating Tennessee. I mean, at the end of the day, paper is just paper. I mean, a team can go out there and beat you anytime. You have to be on your toes.
What's been the biggest difference from last year to this year, just with the team's mentality, the team's confidence? Obviously it's changed a lot. What's the biggest difference?
We're winning. Yeah. I mean, that helps out a lot. And I think kind of the new coaching staff came in, they kind of, gave the mindset that we're going to be fast, intense, and strong, and we're going to be tough. We're going to get back to playing Auburn football, and I think they've done a pretty good job of that. And when you start winning games, and that brings more and more people to believe, what's going on here, and everybody's kind of, joining in together and really taking a part, and everybody's getting better each week.
How important was that? It's a ways back, the Mississippi State game was your first SEC win. You had to come from behind. Losing that game might change things, but how important was it to get that win in that game?
Well, I think that was real important. I think statistically, if you go back, I think if we lose to them, we always have like a terrible year, and if they lose to us, they always have like a terrible year. So I think, that's always a big one to win, and it's an SEC game, so obviously it's a big game to win. I think that's really, the starting, the foundation for our season, that win right there.
Reese, what does it mean for a team to see a guy like Nick, being banged up a couple of times, come out and play and just kind of play through the injury like that at quarterback?
I think that's big for the team. Everybody's out there playing with injuries. Especially him. His throwing shoulder, he could easily have said, I'm not going to go, or, I'm too banged up, but that's not him. And I think he just, gained a lot of confidence in his teammates. And, I knew he was going to go. I knew he's a tough sucker. He's a running quarterback in the SEC. It's kind of hard not to be a tough guy, but, he gained more confidence than he already had. I think most of this team, if not everybody, believes that he can do everything and that they're confident in him 100% of the time.
Reese, I know you didn't work with him directly. What do you remember about Big Ten and Martinez? You get to know those guys at all?
Not too much. They were on the other side of the ball. They were good coaches and nice people. They weren't like terrible people at all. They were nice guys.
Reese,
football coaches.
Do you pay attention at all to what's going on at Virginia Tech with Coach Grimes and Coach Lefwick? Because I know Tunde certainly has been paying attention to their season. Do you pay attention at all to them?
No, not really. Only person I talk to is Ryan Pugh, and he's a good friend of mine. Played here before me, and that's really the only one I talk to, but I don't really pay attention to how that's going at all.
Anything else?
What's it like out there as an offensive lineman when it seems like you can do no wrong with the run game? Trey's having success, 5 or 6 yards a clip. What's it like, kind of just that progression?
You got great backs, like Trey is, and Cam, and the rest of those guys, and Corey and Nick. Makes your job easier. You like them because they're going to pound it up in there. I think that's just the big thing with them. They make our job easier, and we try to make their job easier.